What's going on, everybody? My name is Bobby, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Nomad Rugged Case for this year's iPhone lineup. Now, as many of you guys probably know, with this year's iPhone lineup, Apple introduced something called Magsafe, where it's basically a ring of magnets built into the back of the iPhone that allows you to attach a myriad of different accessories as you're going about your daily life and switching between different things. It's a really convenient way to, one, charge your phone, along with, put it on a mount of some sort, or attach a wallet, or hopefully in the future a battery backup. There's a whole bunch of different things like that that it gives you access to. And one of the drawbacks of this particular technology is if a case that you're using doesn't have that MagSafe ring built into it to basically extend the magnets that are built into the phone, then you basically lose all of that functionality that comes along with that cool new ecosystem of products. So Apple's cases are great. I have a couple of them. I really like their leather cases. They also have a great lineup of silicone cases that have the little magnet ring in there that allows it to extend that magnetic capability. But a lot of people don't like Apple's cases because, one, they're expensive, two, they're looking for something with a little bit better protection on it, and just a whole bunch of different reasons. Everybody just wants to be able to choose a case that they feel like best suits their needs. So for me personally, being into this stuff, that was something that I was looking into, and I wanted to try to find a different case. Now, me personally, I'm really a fan of leather cases, especially brown leather cases, just because I really enjoy the way that they patina and they kind of start to look worn and kind of tell a story over time the more and more you use them. And while Apple's case does this really well, it doesn't quite give you the total package of a really high-end leather good like you would get when you have like a really nice leather wallet or something like that. Now, this is where Nomad comes into the picture. So Nomad has some of the highest quality leather accessories that I've ever tested in regards to Apple products. I've tried their case for the iPhone 11 when that was out. I've tried their headphone cases for AirPods and things like that. I even have one of their wireless charging docks that has kind of like a leather mat on it. I personally love their products. I think they're all really top-notch, and as far as the patina and the way that they age over time, that's even something that they advertise on their actual packaging and on their website. They'll show you what the case looks like brand new, and then they'll show you what it looks like 100 days later, and that was something that was really attractive to me. Now, all of Nomad's cases use vegetable tanned Horween leather, and this is like really, really top grade leather. When you first open up the box and you first, bring your phone out, for those of you who've had really nice leather goods, you'll probably understand what I'm talking about with this. For those of you who haven't, you might think this is kind of weird, but there's a certain smell that you get when you have like a really nice piece of leather, and you won't find it on Apple cases, even though their leather is pretty nice. But if you get like a really nice wallet, or in this specific case, any case from Nomad, when you smell it, it passes the like authentic leather smell check, which is kind of a ridiculous thing to say, but if you know what I'm talking about, you'll get it, and it is something that's important. It's just that perfect smell. I don't know how to explain it. So this is one of the few brands that really it truly does patina well. I mean, the more and more I use it, you start to get these scuffs, and it's so interesting too, because there's been times where I really scuff the phone, and it looks like a gouge in the leather, almost like it ripped the leather pretty severely. But then fast forward a couple days, it just starts to kind of blend back in with the rest of it, and it doesn't have that same standout gouge, but it kind of looks like, I know it's not doing this, but it feels like it's almost like healing itself in a way, if that makes any sense. Like it starts to kind of meld back in with the entire look of what's going on, and over time it just looks better and better and better. I'll show you, you guys are seeing B-roll shots of this and actual close-ups of the case itself, but I'll try to find a picture of day one, because I like to do this with a lot of the leather goods I get. I'll take a picture of what it looks like the day I get it, and then fast forward a couple months, I'll be able to see kind of how it's patinaed over time. I don't know, it's something cool I like to do that I really enjoy. Now, the next piece I want to talk to you about is build quality and function. Because as great as a cool looking leather case, or a nice smell is, how good of a case is it? Is it actually going to protect your phone? That's a lot of the reason why people are moving away from Apple cases. How good of a case is it? Now, my experience with the Rugged Case is like the name states, it's pretty rugged. I mean, when I have this on my phone compared to Apple's leather case on my phone, I feel a significant difference in the bulk that I feel on my phone. It's not bad by any means, but it does have some more heft to it. It does have a more rounded feel to the edges. It doesn't quite snap to those kind of sharp end edges on this year's iPhone lineup. It does kind of give it a more rounded, protected feel to it. So if you're looking for something, if you're clumsy, or even if you just want to make sure your expensive ass iPhone doesn't get damaged, I highly recommend something that has a little bit more durability to it, and there's a couple reasons why this particular case lives up to that. Now, this case has a full rubber frame with a TPE bumper around the outside of it as far as like shock protection goes. And also the inside of it has a microfiber lining to keep your phone from getting scratched, and to just kind of have it easily slide on in there, and you know, the lip around the edge kind of wraps it and hugs it tight and keeps your phone in there really sturdy. The buttons are clicky, you don't have to dig your finger in there to get them to click. You have good access to the volume rocker. It's not the most accessible volume rocker that I've seen, along with the charging ports down on the bottom, but I think that was intentional. It's not, you know, unusable by any means. Even if you use a third-party charger and, you know, some of your chargers don't fit in other cases, they'll definitely fit in this case, unless you have some crazy one that I've never heard of, but I've seen a lot of them. But I think it was intentional because it lets you, it gives you enough protection. It's not like those cases where the back is cut out down here, and like if it fell in the wrong way, you'd be screwed. It's you know, a full heavy duty kind of case without the massive OtterBox style bolt. Now, this case advertises being able to be dropped from 10 feet with no issues. I personally haven't tested that. I personally recommend you don't test that. But I have actually dropped it from 4 feet multiple times, and I've dropped it on a myriad of surfaces, hardwood floor, cement before, carpet. There's been, you know, multiple times where it's fallen out of my hand or fallen off my lap or something of that nature, and I haven't even seen remotely a scratch or a dent on it. If anything, it kind of gives that case a little bit of a battle scar, and that, you know, really nice leather. It just adds a little bit more to the patina. So that's really been my experience with dropping it. I'm pretty confident that if I dropped it from 10 feet, the phone would be fine. That in combination with how the phones are more durable these days. Something like this, you don't really need this super crazy OtterBox style, in my opinion, unless you are a very heavy, rugged type of individual that needs that type of protection. But yeah, durability, grade A. Now, the last piece I wanted to talk to you guys about was the quality of the Magsafe. So many third-party cases that advertise to be able to use Magsafe don't quite do it properly, in my opinion. I mean, the magnetic quality is really what we're looking for here. If you're willing to put a wallet on the back of your phone and expect it to stick there, a lot of people want to make sure that it sits there securely so they don't lose their ID, they don't lose their phone. That's probably been the biggest concern that I've heard voiced about the magnetic quality. Now, with the Nomad case for the iPhone 12 lineup, it's for sure the best third-party magnetic strength that I've tested out of any of the cases that I've tried that use Magsafe. But there is definitely a difference between this and Apple's case. Now, I've been racking my brain trying to figure out why this might be. I was thinking potentially because this is a more rugged case and the leather, I assume, is a little thicker, or it's higher grade or something along the lines of that. It definitely adds a little bit of distance comparatively, and I'm talking like really tiny amounts of distance between where those magnets are on both these cases. But the magnetic strength is still the strongest when you're using a first-party Apple case. But as far as anything I've tested, it's like second best on the Nomad case, and you're getting all those other benefits I talked about. So personally, I've used it for months now. I've had nothing but a great experience doing it. I put, you know, the Apple Wallet on it, and it sticks perfectly fine. I have no issue either getting it off or putting it on. It definitely is nice and secure on there. One thing also to note, that if you are into that patina look and the leather wearing over time kind of thing, because there's constantly a magnetic connection and like a circular ring, on the back of your case. Even with the Apple case or this case or any leather case that uses Magsafe, over time that wear will start to show a ring in the back of it, which honestly I think is kind of cool, but I guess we'll have to see because mine hasn't really fully come in yet. I'll try to get some B-roll shots that show as much as I can of that little metal ring, but that's been my experience so far. One last tidbit too that I want to point out. So I ordered this case from Magsafe directly as soon as I was able to, and the case that they sent me, because these are the times we live in, it ended up actually getting lost in the mail. And I was really bummed out about it. I wanted this case super bad. I got the Apple one when I first got my phone because Nomad hadn't released their rugged case yet. But the second I saw that they posted that they were releasing it for the 12 Pro and the whole Magsafe lineup with Magsafe capabilities, I purchased it immediately. My package got lost in the mail. I reached out to the customer service and they actually express shipped me a new one within like a day or two. And so I was able to get my case right away. The customer service was top notch. I highly recommend if you do purchase something from Nomad, go right directly to them. I think it's great. If you can find their stuff in stores, I highly recommend it. I know the Best Buy that I work at, we have a lot of their watch bands, we have their Airpod cases, which I definitely will probably make a video on at some point. But we have a lot of their products, but for some reason we don't carry their phone cases anymore, which really bums me out. So if you're looking for their phone cases, scoop them from Nomad directly. Their customer service is phenomenal. Yeah, overall this is my favorite case for the iPhone 12. I think it's super awesome. Maybe I'll do some more comparison videos down the road, or if I find new stuff, I'll try it out. They actually announced they're doing a pre-order for AirTags, so they're actually making a little AirTag case. I think they're making a few of them actually. I'll definitely be sure to check those out. But yeah, overall, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been my first video back in a long time. And honestly, I was really nervous doing this. It feels weird talking to a camera again, but I feel like, you know, a couple minutes in, I feel like I'm starting to hit my stride again. And I think the more of these I put out, the better it will get. I definitely love doing it, and I'm definitely glad to be back, and I'm excited to hear what you guys think about it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. My name is Bobby. You guys take care. Peace.